New champion, a very good fighter, Jack Della Maddalena, and each fight make me training every day, make me wake up early morning.
Hopefully it's in a big event, which is what is deserving of this, welterweight title clash of two titans, I would say. Two titans.
Islam Makhachev has stepped up his training, pushing his body to the limit to get ready for a showdown with Jack Della Maddalena, proof that the lightweight champion is taking this fight seriously. In a recent viral clip, punching power was on full display as he traded shots with a sparring partner. What began as easy work quickly turned serious when Islam folded his partner with one body punch, dropping him on the spot. The moment sent a clear message to everyone watching: the Russian fighter's prowess is real and his striking is a threat. Along with his intense physical conditioning, Islam Makhachev is also adding new techniques to sharpen his game for Jack Della Maddalena. During training, a video surfaced showing the lightweight champion practicing a backward spinning elbow, a move that surprised many across the UFC. This striking addition could signal a new chapter in Makhachev's style, and it may be the very weapon he relies on to defeat Della Maddalena. In another viral clip, Islam Makhachev is seen showcasing a variety of takedown techniques, including a full-body slam. Handling his sparring partner like a ragdoll, he throws and pushes him around with ease, just as he would in a real fight. The footage makes one thing clear to fans and the UFC world alike: the Russian champion is fully prepared to dismantle any threat that steps in his path. Despite the highlight reels, some analysts remain uncertain about Islam Makhachev's fight with Jack Della. Among them is Yoel Romero, who believes the matchup could go either way. He points out that while Jack's takedown stats and defensive skills aren't exceptional, his punching ability stands out, giving him an edge in raw power over Makhachev. In Romero's view, even with Islam's dominance, Della Maddalena's striking power and grappling make this a true 50-50 battle.
What about Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena, who is a new champion in welterweight division?
It's hard because Maddalena have a very good cardio, very good puncher. Yeah. He's not bad wrestler too. He's not bad wrestler. It's a 50-50.
50-50, but Jack has not that high takedown defense.
But punch it. He have a very hard punches.
And he will be more powerful than Islam, right? Or
that's exactly.
Because of the weight difference, right?
Yes.
Or Islam is too big for...
No. That guy, Maddalena, is big for 170. He's big.
As if the looming fight with Islam Makhachev wasn't enough, Jack Della Maddalena has caught the attention of another top contender. Michael "Venom" Page has set his sights on JDM, openly stating that the welterweight title is within his reach. Page expressed full confidence that he now has both the skill and the power to beat Della Maddalena if they meet inside the cage.
Yeah, JDM, I just stylistically, I know he's got the belt, and obviously I have to get into that position to, ask for a shot at the belt, but stylistically, I feel like I can win that fight. So yeah, that fight.
Adding to Jack Della Maddalena's growing reputation, his former opponent Gilbert Burns had nothing but praise for the welterweight contender. Having faced heavy hitters like Khamzat Chimaev, Kamaru Usman, and Tyron Woodley, Burns admitted that JDM is the only fighter he's encountered who can land a punch powerful enough to send opponents flying across the octagon. Such high praise from a respected veteran highlights the devastating power JDM carries in his hands.
He's one of the guys that I fought that hits the hardest. And I fought Woodley, I fought Kamaru, I fought Khamzat. That guy, he could cry. That guy gave me a little jab and then like, wow, my God.
JDM and Bilal Muhammad. You've been in there with both of them.
I was able to wrestle him, kind of control him a little bit. At the end, the guy did his thing. I ate a beautiful knee. So you can feel was not a stiff jab, it was just like pick and then poof. Wow, that guy hits hard. You gotta watch out.
On his channel, analyst Jake Gerber suggested that a clash between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena could be one of the toughest fights of their careers. He explained that Islam usually enters the cage as the bigger man, gaining a natural advantage, but this time, the situation would be reversed. Just as Islam has never faced someone with JDM style and power, Jack has never stood across from a fighter like Islam. For Gerber, this makes the matchup a rare test, one that will push both men to prove the full extent of their skills.
Seems like Islam would have a size advantage there. There's no size advantage in this fight. He's going to be the same size as JDM, if not smaller. That's the reality, right? And that's the first time we've seen it in Islam's career. He's used to being this big guy in the lightweight division, right? And you could argue and say, well, this is JDM's toughest test. JDM's never been in there with a complete MMA fighter that's going to be the lighter guy moving up, right? We often see those guys have a little bit of a speed advantage, a little bit of a technicality advantage, and I expect that that's possible. We could see that. So you could say that, well, this is each other's hardest fight. But I'm here to tell you this is without question JDM's hardest fight as well as Islam's hardest fight, right? And what we've seen from Islam, me watching his entire career, he has not fought someone like Jack Della Maddalena, but also Jack hasn't fought.
As anticipation builds, the legendary Chael Sonnen has also shared his perspective, questioning whether anyone can genuinely doubt the abilities of either contender. Sonnen points to the undeniable facts of their careers. Jack Della Maddalena has solidified himself as a top welterweight and, by recent reports, now holds the championship belt. On the other hand, Islam Makhachev has established his dominance with a proven record of defeating the best in his division. For Sonnen, these achievements make the matchup even more compelling, an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object, with the stakes higher than ever.
Jack is the champion, and doesn't that make it interesting? Jack is the one being questioned here. Jack is the underdog. Jack is the one being questioned. Can he in fact headline Madison Square Garden? We understand Islam, and Islam's over. He's the most famous Muslim athlete in the world. We understand that he's going for basically a history making, or at least a tie history, by being a two-division champion. We don't question him. How in the hell are you going to question the guy with the belt? It's a great match. It's a lot closer match than you think it is. It's also a pivotal match. We're two different divisions, we're two different athletes, we're two different worlds go from here. I mean, what an incredibly difficult position to put Islam in.
Lightweight champion Islam Makhachev recently shared that facing Jack Della Maddalena at Madison Square Garden would be a dream come true, a chance to become a double champion. For him, the pursuit of the UFC welterweight title is fueled not just by glory, but by legacy. Makhachev explained that many fighters choose Madison Square Garden not for the paycheck or even the belt, but for the history and the lasting mark that comes with competing on one of the sport's most iconic stages.
I know like some of the fighters, like boxing fighter, they're not fighting in Madison Square Garden for the money or just for the victory. They just fighting there for the legacy, you know. Yeah. And I also want to fight. I also want to fight there for the legacy.
How are you getting?
It's a dream, you know, to be double champion in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, that would be an amazing moment for him.
Just as Jack Della Maddalena has Michael Venom Page calling him out, Islam Makhachev now finds himself targeted by another rising force, Ilia Topuria. The undefeated champion has openly challenged Islam, stating he'd gladly face him at 170 pounds. His goal is bold, to defeat Makhachev, claim a second title, and add to his perfect record, proving he's willing to face anyone to achieve greatness. When asked, Topuria made it clear, at 170, I'll beat him and take the third title. That's the best scenario. But Islam's threats don't only come from outside. Even within his own circle, Khamzat Chimaev has declared he'd fight Makhachev if he moved up to welterweight. His readiness to challenge a teammate reflects his unshakable ambition to capture multiple belts, adding another layer of complexity to both the lightweight and welterweight divisions.
This fight, and you say you become the middleweight champion, would you rather defend at 185 or try to get another belt right away?
It doesn't matter. So I will be ready, I hope. It's no injury, nothing's gonna happen in the fight. So maybe defend the belt, maybe fight somebody. I'm doing my business, but it doesn't matter if they give me money. So I will fight anyone.
Is there a world where you could end up fighting Islam Makhachev at 170?
We will see who is gonna be the champ there, but it's the fastest way. If the guy wins the fight, fastest way to get the pound to pound.
Wrestling standout Pat Downey has also weighed in on the potential clash between Islam Makhachev and Khamzat Chimaev, making a bold prediction about the outcome. Downey claimed that Chimaev would absolutely annihilate Makhachev in the ring if the fight were to happen. His reasoning is simple: the massive size difference between the two fighters. Makhachev is a former lightweight champion while the hulking Chimaev currently reigns as the middleweight champion. According to Downey, the sheer size and strength advantage would be too much for Islam to overcome.
The Dagestan rivalry. How do you think a match goes between Islam and Khamzat Chimaev?
Khamzat will smash Islam. He's way too big. He's way too long. Oh my God, the unfair.
Really?
Yeah, I think he bullies.
As Islam Makhachev continues his dominant run, Daniel Cormier has voiced serious concerns about the Russian fighter's future. He fears fans could once again lose a dominant champion too soon, much like Khabib Nurmagomedov. Cormier suggested that Makhachev may only have 3 more fights left, including a clash with Jack Della Maddalena. Despite being young, a world champion, and on the verge of becoming a double champ, Cormier worries that Islam could walk away earlier than expected. Chael Sonnen also raised another scenario: what if Makhachev loses to Della Maddalena? In Sonnen's view, Islam would be left with only 2 choices: return to lightweight or leave the UFC altogether. Such an outcome, he argued, would be devastating for the organization, as Makhachev is widely seen as the rightful heir to Khabib's legacy.
I want to bounce this off you guys. I did not like this. I did not like the tone of the question or the spirit. Like, there was something about this that struck me, and I actually felt it right in the gut as a fan. If Islam Makhachev loses to Jack, does he drop back down to 55 and challenge for the championship, or does he walk away forever? Whoa. Whoa. I had not considered that. This sport is very different without Islam. It really is. Islam represents, and it's a massive umbrella. Not to mention, he is the heir apparent to King Khabib's throne. Like, it's a big deal. He's achieved what Khabib wanted.
He's achieved what Khabib once aimed for, but Islam Makhachev's path is more uncertain than ever. Facing Jack Della Maddalena, the pressure of a nation, and challengers like Ilia Topuria and Khamzat Chimaev, the question isn't just if he can win, but what his true goal is. Will he chase greatness as a 2-division champion, or follow Khabib's footsteps and retire early? What do you think? Has Makhachev reached his peak, or are his biggest challenges still ahead? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.